What up, YouTube? T Movies here, and Happy New Year. Now, this is actually gonna be my first video of the new year, and I gotta say, now of course we are in the new year. We're also in the new month, and this January had some pretty decent looking films coming out. And I know January is usually, January is usually a dumpster ground for films, but this January, like almost every January, there's usually some films that I do quite enjoy, to be honest with you. And this January looks pretty solid. So, with that being said, here are my top 10 anticipated movies coming in January. Alright, coming in at number 10, I'm going to add The Turning. Now, there are a couple of horror movies out this month, like there's Greta and Hanso, there's Grudge. Because, January is usually a time to release horror films, because literally, almost every January, the first film I actually end up seeing in January ends up being a horror flick. But I admit, The Grudge and Greta and Hanso just don't really look all that good in my opinion. But The Turning, on the other hand, looks intriguing. It looks creepy, looks terrifying. You've got Mackenzie Davis coming off of Terminator Dark Fate, which didn't do so well, but I'm actually becoming a fan of Mackenzie Davis. I think she's a really terrific actress. You also got, Finn Wolfhard, who I'm also becoming a fan of. If you guys don't know, he's best known for Stranger Things, the It movies. You also got the little girl from that movie, The Florida Project is in this. Brooklyn Prince, I think her name is. Who doesn't love a good babysitter-based horror flick? Come on, Halloween, anyone? Yeah, I cannot wait for The Turning. I don't know if maybe it could easily be one of those horror movies as a horror, that's a horror dumpster fire of a January, but I'm still intrigued by it. Alright, coming in at number 9, I'm not too excited for this movie, but I did quite like the first trailer. And my number 9 pick I'm going to add is The Realm Section, which is from the which is directed by the creator of The Handmaid's Tale, which I'm not really big with The Handmaid's Tale. I know lots of people love that show, and that's cool. I tried watching it, I'm not really too fond of it. But Realm Section, the first trailer got released, it's still weird we haven't got a second trailer. Maybe from now until, the movie is opening later this month. So maybe from now until then we'll get a second trailer. Unless they just don't want to, reveal too much, which I guess I could understand that. But, the Realm Section looks pretty intriguing. You got Blake Lively, who I'm becoming a fan of. She is really, she's coming a long way since Gossip Girl. Since Gossip Girl, she appeared in stuff like, of course she appeared in Green Lantern, yeah. She, if you guys haven't seen that movie, she did with Anna Kendrick a couple years, 2 years ago, A Simple Favor. She was great in that. She was great in Savages, The Shallows. I'm really starting to grow on Blake Lively, and not only, and it doesn't help that she's married to Deadpool, so anyway, yeah, I think this looks kind of intriguing. I don't know if it's going to be any good or not, because the film's release date has been pushed back a couple times. This movie was supposed to come out last February, then they pushed it to November, and now they pushed it to January. So I'm not too excited for it, but I'm mainly intrigued, so that's why it's in my top 10. Coming in at number 8, speaking of a film that haven't had a new trailer yet, number 8, I'm going with Underwater. This film literally comes out next week, and so very weird we haven't got a new trailer yet. You got Kristen Stewart there, so that's always a given. I like Kristen Stewart. I don't care what anyone says. She's a really good actress, Take the Twilight stuff out from it. Kristen Stewart could be really good when she wants to be. Anyway. Now, I do love me a good deep water horror movie. Leviathan is a classic. The Abyss. And this looks like Aliens Underwater. So, Alien Underwater, you got me there. And the trailer looked pretty intriguing. Still weird we haven't got a second trailer yet. But with the Realm Section, I think one reason why we haven't got a new trailer for Underwater is maybe they don't want to reveal too much, which I guess I could understand that, because this movie looks like it could be spoiler territory, and, you know, you probably just don't want to reveal too much with this film, so maybe that's why we haven't got a new trailer yet, but I'm still looking forward for this. You know, you got TJ Miller's in this, Vincent Cassell, you got John Gallagher Jr. I cannot wait to see what these creatures look like. So, yeah, I'm kind of intrigued by Underwater. All right, coming in at number 7, I'm going to add this World War II-based movie called The Last Full Measure. You know, it's starring the likes of Sam Jackson. You've got Sebastian Stan, Michael Imperioli, Bradley Whitford. I mean, some really great cast list. Weird that it's coming out around January instead. Like, this movie literally looks like an Oscar contender, so bit weird. This is a January release instead of like an Oscar contender. I'm a bit surprised this didn't even get at least a limited release in December and a wide release in January. But anyway, I think this looks pretty intriguing. You know, I like the cast involved. I do like. It's also part period piece and part modern time. Like, it takes place in modern times, but there's like flashbacks, kind of like with Titanic and stuff. When you know, when there's like when it takes place you know, modern times, but there's flashbacks to the period times and all. For some reason I do quite like that, really. You know, you got young people playing young versions of Ed Harris and Sam Jackson. That's pretty cool. This is also, sadly, it is Peter Fonda's last film, so I'm kind of looking forward for Last Full Measure. I don't know if it'll be any good or not, but I'll still give this one a watch. All right, coming in at number 6. I wasn't excited for this movie at first because the trailer looked pretty bad. But then they dropped a second trailer, which was a Red Band trailer. And I gotta say, this actually doesn't look all that bad now. Maybe just the Green Band trailer just didn't look as good. But the Red Band trailer, sometimes Red Band trailers usually end up being better than Green Band trailers. I mean, the Green Band trailer for Uncut Gems wasn't all that great, but the Red Band trailers was pretty decent. So, I don't know, just maybe it's a Red Band thing. But anyway, this of course has Tiffany Haddish, who I'm a fan of Tiffany Haddish. You know, whether you talk about Girls Trip, what was that Kevin Hart movie she was in? Night School, Secret Life of Pets. I mean, you know, I adore Haddish, and not so much The Kitchen, but yeah. I do hope to see Tiffany Haddish do another drama, though, because I think that woman has acting chops. Just The Kitchen didn't show it, to be honest. I mean, yeah. But, you know, Like a Boss looks pretty funny. I mean, you also got Rose Byrne, Salma Hayek, Jennifer Coolidge is in this. So, great cast. Looks pretty, looks like he's going to have a lot of heart in it. You know, sign me up. I'll definitely give this one a watch. Alright, coming in at number 5. Alright, 5 and 4 are going to be a little cheating because they're technically December releases, but they're opening wide in January. But my number 5th pick I'm going to add is 1917. Now, this movie is technically in theaters now. I mean, if you really want to look at it, it's technically a December release, but it's opening, but like American Sniper, Patriots Day and all, it's opening wider in January, so you could consider it as a January release. But I think this looks pretty interesting. You know, it's directed by Sam Mendes, who I'm a big Sam Mendes fan. You know, probably his best work is definitely American Beauty. He, of course, did the last 2 James Bond movies. What was that Leo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet movie he did? Revolutionary Road he did. I think he did Road to Perdition, if I'm not mistaken, with Tom Hanks. Yeah, he's a really magnificent director. So, and you also got World War I movie, which you don't really get many World War I films around. Like, there's more World War II films than there are World War I films. Like, I was trying to do my top 10 World War I films, but I really couldn't do a top 10 list. Like, there are more World War II films out there. But, you know, 1917 looks pretty cool. I like the cast of, you know, you got Colin Firth, you got Benedict Cumberbatch. So, I'm definitely giving this one a watch. Alright, coming in at number 4, I'm going to add Just Mercy, which, like 1917, this movie is also technically a December release, but it's opening wide in January. You know, it's a legal courtroom-based movie starring Michael B. Jordan, Chadwick Boseman. This looks amazing. Oh, not Chadwick Boseman. Jamie Foxx, I meant to say. I had Black Panther on my head for some reason. Anyway, yeah, you got Jordan and Fox both are in this. You got Brie Larson. It is based on a true story film. You know, I do love me a good Liga based flick. So there's that too. Yeah, I mean, I think this looks pretty interesting. So I'll definitely give this one a watch. Anyway, coming in at number 3, I'm going to add Doolittle. Now, this is the family-based movie with Robert Downey Jr. A great voice cast. You've got the voice talents of John Cena, Tom Holland, Selena Gomez. You've got Craig Robinson's in this. Yeah, this looks like an amazing film. You know, great visuals. A bit weird it's getting a January release. This looks like a movie that should have got released, like, I don't know, around the summertime or maybe the holiday season. But hopefully, hopefully it's pretty good because I did like the trailers and cannot wait to check this one out. Alright, my number 2 pick is going to The Gentleman. The Gentleman is directed by Guy Ritchie, coming off of a $1 billion hit with Aladdin. You got a great cast. You got Matthew McConaughey, who last time he did a January release was Serenity, and we know how that movie turned out. And Guy Ritchie, just because he's directing this doesn't mean it'll be gold. You know, come on, he also did King Arthur, and that movie really stunk. But I'm still looking forward for this one because it's, you know, back to formula for Guy Ritchie. Like, he hasn't really done like a crime-based movie for a while. You know, he's coming back to his Snatch, Lock, Stock, and Rock and Roller roots. And I also like the other cast of this. You got Colin Farrell. Almost said Colin Farrell. Yeah, you got Colin Farrell in this. You got Hugh Grant. You got Michelle Dockery, Henry Golding. I think this looks really amazing. It looks funny, entertaining. Cannot wait to check this one out. Alright, my number 1 anticipated movie coming in January is, of course, Bad Boys for Life. You know, it's been years since we've seen Bad Boys 2. I believe Bad Boys 2 got released in 2003, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been some time since we got Bad Boys 2. And, of course, before that, the first Bad Boys got released in 1996. So they really take their time making sequels to this. And since then, we also got like a spin-off, LA's Finest, which is on Spectrum, so there's that. But I think Bad Boys for Life looks fun, looks entertaining. You got Will Smith and Martin Lawrence coming back. It is nice to see Martin Lawrence making a bit of a comeback now. I mean, who doesn't love Marty Lawrence? I mean, before, like, his last movie was The Beach Bum, but before that, his last movie was 2011's Big Mama's House 3. So he hasn't really done a whole lot lately. I mean, this year we were in the Eddie Murphy Assance. Hopefully we'll be in the Martin Lawrence Assance in the future, because I just love Martin Lawrence, and having him back with Will Smith for this could be pretty cool. Looks funny. Will Smith shows once again he still has it. So I mean, come on, he was also on Aladdin. So who doesn't love? Who doesn't love the Fresh Prince? But yeah, I cannot wait to check this one out. All right, that's pretty much it. All right, let me do the quick rundown. All right, 10, The Turning. 9, The Realm Section. 8, Underwater. 7, The Last Full Measure. 6, Like a Boss. 5, 1917. 4, Just Mercy. 3, Doolittle. 2 is The Gentleman. And number 1 is Bad Boys for Life. Anyway, there are some other films coming out in January that could be good. I mean, despite the trailers looking pretty bad, like, there have been people who saw Grudge a little early, and the early response for The Grudge is, I gotta say, is actually pretty positive. So maybe The Grudge could be a surprise. You know, I know Escape Room looked terrible, and that movie ended up being pretty decent. So there's that. There's a few others, like that Nick Cage movie, Color Out. Color Out Space, I think it's called. That looks pretty intriguing. There's The Informer with Joe Kinnaman. That doesn't look good, but I like Kinnaman, so I'll probably that one to watch. There's The Assistant with Julia Garner, which is like the which is inspired by the Harvey Weinstein stuff. So there's that. Not There is also that that Amazon movie, Troop Zero, with McKinney Grace, Allison Janney, and Viola Davis. That could be pretty interesting. There's some really interesting stuff coming out in January. Anyway, let me leave it to you guys. What films are you interested in watching in January? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is T Movie signing off.